Weeds, our gardening allies and health food. Yes, really. Many people picture a perfect lawn or flower bed with no weeds, immaculately maintained, when they think of gardens. So weeds must be bad and must be mercilessly ripped out. Well, what if this is all upside down and not the case at all? It turns out that weeds can be a useful ally in the garden. And as a bonus, they are often very healthy too. Let's explore this a bit further. Now, to be clear, we are not talking about noxious weeds that are designated by government bodies as being harmful, invasive plants, or declared pests. We are talking here about your common garden weed that takes up your time in weeding, that poor plant that just happens to be growing in the wrong place for your liking. These weeds are useful in many ways, so let's explore a few of these ways. Firstly, weeds improve soil health by accumulating nutrients and improving soil structure. So deep-rooted plants like dandelion, comfrey, marigolds, lemon balm, stinging nettle, and chicory draw nutrients such as calcium and potassium from deeper subsoil layers, making them accessible to other plants once the weeds decompose. These and many other weeds also break up compacted soil with their roots, which then leave small holes in the soil as they decompose, allowing aeration and water infiltration. An invasion of one type of weed is a useful indicator as to what is going on in your soil. For example, clover suggests that your soil is deficient in nitrogen, while dandelions indicate that the soil is compacted. Sheep sorrel grows well in poor acidic soil, which is well drained and contains few nutrients. Hawkweed likes sandy soil. Purslane grows in coastal gardens and is okay with high salinity, unlike many other plants. So these all tell you how to fertilize and improve your soil to add the lacking nutrients, which will then naturally reduce the weeds in the area. Or what to plant instead that would be better suited to that particular environment and which would then be able to outcompete the weeds. Weeds also feed and attract microorganisms, insects and worms, which break down organic matter to form humus and so create healthy soil. Secondly, weeds also increase the biodiversity in your garden and attract pollinators. Flowering weeds such as chickweed and daisy provide nectar and pollen, which bees and other beneficial insects feed on. These insects often eat aphids and other pests on garden plants and vegetables, and pollinate your garden plants too. The beneficial insects help to keep your garden ecosystem in balance, which means fewer pests and no need for spraying and using poisons. These beneficial insects are also food for other native animals and birds that will be attracted to your garden. To maintain such an ecosystem, stay away from using sprays, as these will not just kill the weeds, but they will kill the insects and possibly the native animals and birds eating the insects, decimating the entire ecosystem. And biodiversity is good for people directly too. People who live in areas of higher biodiversity have been shown in a study by the National Institutes of Health, the NIH in America, to have more diversity of good bacteria on their skin and in their gut if they eat the biodiversity. Living in nature has been linked to longevity too by a Harvard study of 100,000 women. I'll leave the links to the studies in the description below if you want to look at them in more detail. Thirdly, weeds help to control erosion in heavy downpours or strong winds and provide ground cover to reduce water loss from the soils in hot sunny weather. So you'll be able to protect your topsoil from disappearing and you'll need to water your garden less, which means less water. Fourthly, weeds can be used to make a liquid fertilizer for your garden. Use a mix of weeds for a general purpose fertilizer. Tear them up and crush them, add them to a bucket of water and allow it to stand for 1 to 2 weeks, with the lid placed lightly on top of the bucket. Then separate the solids, which can then be added to your compost heap. Use a liquid part, diluted to a minimum of 1 to 10 parts water, as a liquid fertilizer for your plants. Comfrey leaves can also be used, as they contain nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, along with minerals such as copper, calcium, iron and magnesium. Flowering plants and vegetables will love these fertilizers. For a less smelly version, crush the leaves in a bucket with holes in the bottom, weighed down with bricks or large stones, and placed inside another bucket with no holes, with the lid placed lightly on top. Don't add any water. After the leaves have decomposed for several weeks, a concentrated liquid will have gathered in the bottom of the outer bucket, which can then be diluted and used on your plants. Fifthly, many weeds are edible or can be used for medicinal purposes. Of course, you need to make sure that the plant is the plant you think it is, and that you personally are not allergic to it, or that it does not disagree with you in any way. Around 70% of the world's plants are edible, and many weeds do in fact contain more nutrients than the vegetables and herbs we purchase in stores. Here are a few examples. Number 1. Dandelions. Taraxacum officinale is native to Europe. The leaves contain vitamin A, iron, fiber, riboflavin, and vitamin B6. They have immune-boosting, antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. The greens can be used in sauces, pestos, salads and in fritters, and the roots can be infused to create a herbal tea. And number 2, purslane, Portulaca oleracea, contains vitamins A and C, magnesium, iron, calcium, and omega-3 fatty acids. The succulent leaves and stems can be used in salads, pestos, or chimichurri, and can be stir-fried or cooked like spinach, or added to stews and soups. Wild violet, Viola sororia, and common blue violet, Viola odorata. The first is native to North America and the latter to Europe. The leaves are rich in vitamins A and C. The young leaves can be eaten raw, though it is probably better to steam the older leaves. The leaves can also be used as a poultice for minor cuts. The flowers can be used for tea infusions or as an edible garnish. Number 4, chickweed, Stellaria media. Native to Eurasia, the leaves are high in vitamin C and can be eaten raw in salads or cooked like spinach. The flowers are edible too and are often used as garnish. The leaves can also be used topically to relieve itchy skin. Number 5, yarrow. Achillea melifolium is native to Eurasia. The leaves and flowers can be used topically to prevent infection and to help blood clot. The leaves and flowers are also edible and can be used as a herb for meats and savoury soups. And number 6, pineapple weed or wild chamomile, Matricaria discoidea. This is native to Northeast Asia and Northwestern America. It can be used medicinally to treat gastrointestinal upset and gas, infected sores, fevers, menstrual pain, and postpartum anemia. The Native Americans also used it as a perfume and insect repellent. The leaves and flowers can be used to make a fruity chamomile tea, with honey in a cordial or in apple jelly. Well, there you have it. Weeds are actually really useful plants, if we just know what to do with them. So have some fun identifying the weeds in your garden and seeing what you can use them for. Well, that's it for now. Let me know in the comments which weed you will be making use of this week. And if you found this video interesting, like and subscribe. Until next time, enjoy!